So today I'm working in my small Dylusions journal, and as you can see I have my Dylusions after midnight. I've only just taken the wrapper off this and it's the first time I've ever used it. So you can see I have my page protectors in place, so I'm not going to damage any of my pages further in my book or the previous ones that I've already done. So I'm applying the paint with a piece of foam. It's one of the Tim Holtz distress foams, so I'm just using the distress applicator to put the paint on the page. So I'm just working my way around the outside of the pages. I'm not putting any in the middle of the page because that's going to be covered up and it would just be a waste of paint. And as I always do, once I'm finished, I'm going to give it a blast with my heat gun to make sure it's all nice and dry before we move on and add any more colour. So I've just reached over and grabbed my jet black archival ink, again from Ranger, and I'm just going to swap over my foams because I have one already that I've used with the black, and I'm just going to apply the black ink around the border of the blue. So I'm going to make the edges of the pages all black. The background image for this art journal page is a photograph of Times Square, and I've already cut it to size and cut it down the middle so that the two panels will fit either side of the crease of my page. I'm not too bothered about there being a gap in the middle because it will be disguised when I add some more detailing and some more layers a little bit later on. And I'm just sticking it down with the Ranger triangular collage glue stick, and I'm just rubbing out the bubbles there. And then I'm going to stick down the one that's going on the left hand side too. One of the things I do like about the triangular collage glue stick from Ranger is that if you do get any glue on the front of your image like I have here, then if you just rub it lightly, it does actually rub off and it doesn't take any of the image away with it. So that's nice and stuck down. It's time to add my focal image. Now this is a digi stamp. It's a drawing that I did quite a while ago, and they've been kicking around for quite some time and I've never done anything with it, so I thought I would turn them into digi stamps, and this is one of a set of 4 that I have. All 4 of the digi stamps feature the same character and I call him Mini Mike, obviously. If you're interested in digi stamps and you think this might be something that you'd be interested in purchasing, just leave me a comment below the video and then I will look at making them available on my website. So as you can see, he's now stuck down, and I'm just removing any of the excess glue stick with a wet wipe. I'm only doing it very gently just to remove anything from the front. Okay, so this is the After Midnight paint again. I'm just going to stick some on my finger and I'm just going to rub it around the outside of that background just to kind of blend it in with the outside border. So that's enough of the rubbing the paint in, and time for a quick tidy up and a finger clean, and then we'll move on to the next step. This is the Dylusions white linen paint, and I'm just using a very small brush, quite dry, and I'm just going to dry brush some of the white paint across the page just to knock back that background a little. I did think it was a little bit in your face, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of that white paint just here and there, just to kind of detract away from the background. You'll still see the background, but it will just knock it into the background even more, and will allow my quote, the phrase that I'm going to use, to stand out a little bit better. So out comes the matte medium from Mod Podge, and I'm just going to stick a little bit of that down on my page and then glue down my quote and my phrase, which is one that I found on Pinterest that I quite liked, and I thought that it teamed up quite well with the little mini mic digi stamp. So all I've done with the quote is just typed it out on my computer and then just printed it using an inkjet, and I did actually rub the chapstick over the top just to make sure that it was sealed before sticking it down. I just forgot to press record while I was doing it. Sorry. So this is the last part of the quote going down now, and I'm just going to quickly seal it, and then I'm just going to put it to one side because it's time for a cup of coffee and it's time to put the kettle on, and I'll be right back. You didn't even notice I'd gone, had you? Right, so back to it. This is the Signo White Uniball Opaque rollerball pen, which writes lovely on surfaces that you've put matte medium on, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to add some sketchy wobbly lines around my quote blocks. Because the background is quite dark, the white makes it stand out a little bit better. Okay, so they're all done. Now it's time to do something I haven't done for quite some time. It's time to get my Copics out. So I'm going to just use, I think this is E000 that I've got out. And I'm just going to just put down a light coat, as you would do. So I always start lightest to darkest. So I always start with my lightest colour and then add in my darker shades, and then I go back and blend them in. So you've probably seen people using Copic pens thousands and thousands of times before, so I'm just going to shut up now and let you watch. So that's it for the Copic colouring. It's time to add a little bit of detail to the background again now, because I think it just needs something else. So out comes the white linen from Dylusions again, and I've just grabbed 2 different sized lids from out of my mark making drawer, and I'm just going to add some marks to the background. I think that's it for the circles. Now I just need to ground my little mini mic, so I'm just going to add some white, almost like white shadows if you like, if there is such a thing. A little bit of grounding just under his feet, and then I'm going to call it a day. So I'm just going to sign it and date it, and that's it for me. So I hope you enjoyed that little art journal page. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button just here. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.